and we'll confirm it, and then we'll get it all sorted before we break for Christmas.
We like to sound with the 10th, Lauren.
We like to
Rather than the 17th.
Yeah, I'm gonna make notes of that. No, fair enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that again for the Zoomies as well. So Zoomies, no session next week, 6th, but we'll have our final session for Christmas on the 13th of December. And then from there, we'll have a break, and we should be starting back on the 10th of January. But we will be confirming that soon, and you should hopefully get an email. So hopefully that was clear. But yeah, I've got a message pop up as well. Hang on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, the 13th, break till 10th. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Thank
Excellent. Cool. All right, so now that that's out of the way, so I'm sorry I won't be here next week, but if you are wondering what to do with your spare time, I'm actually going to be at the Bedford Heights shopping event, because I hand make some macrame pieces and do some knitting and stuff. So if you're looking for some unique gifts made by moi, I'm going to be there. That's 11 till 3 on Tuesday, so you're more than welcome to come up and see what So it's Bedford Heights. Do you know Manton Lane? Right near the vaccination centre, yeah. So you just go through the main reception, and there's a few stalls happening. I know there's Neil's Yard, there might be Tropic. There's some other little craft stations as well, like necklaces, jewelry, cards, stationery. So yeah, if you're looking for a little, there's also going to be a choir singing for Christmas carols. Some more lines. Why not? Yeah, start the festive season. 11 till 3. And as far as I'm aware, someone asked about the other classes. As far as I'm aware, other classes as normal. It's just mine that won't be happening. All right.
Well, while you're doing yours, I'll do mine then. I've got something on Saturday, December the 3rd, at Bedford Girls' School, which used to be the old Dame Alice one. And that's a very, very big craft fair. And I'm doing mine for cancer research.
I think I might have that one as well.
Yeah,
I think so.
it's expensive.
Yeah, I couldn't do the 3rd. There was one at a school I got invited to, and that might have been that.
Yeah, it's good.
What time is that?
That's 2 to 4:30.
And to be fair, whilst we're announcing things, Saturday the 10th, I'm also going to be at the Made in Bedford Makers Market, which is quite big in town at the Harper Suite and outside as well. There'll be loads of stores as well. So yeah, lots on choice, lots on offer. So yeah, feel free to catch us there.
But mine's charity,
Yes, yeah. Let's all do a little bit of charity, shall we? Awesome. Thank you so much for listening to me with all that spiel. Let's get going, shall we? So my intention for our practice today is to slowly settle this in. We're right on the brink of like the festive season, aren't we? Like, I can't believe December is 2 days away. Madness. So we're very, very close to the festive season where things feel jolly and fun, but also it can be quite overwhelming. There's a lot of preparation. I know my mother has been stressed since like August. So yeah, it feels like there's a lot to do. So we're going to really use our yoga practice to maybe set our intention for the festive season, but also just to take a breath, okay, and enjoy it, you know. And even if Christmas isn't really your thing, or maybe you celebrate it slightly differently, or you celebrate something else, with welcoming all of that in. All right. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get nice, cozy, and comfortable. So feel free to really nestle your sit bones into the seat of your chair, soles feet down to the earth or to the block, and let the spine be supported by the back of the chair. Maybe just take a moment to really roll those shoulders back and down, so there's that subtle lift up through the heart space. And then in our own time, just gently allowing the eyes to drift to a close and closing off the outside world. And so as we always do, we take a few moments just to settle, just to breathe and be, and land into our Tuesday morning practice. And see if we can find that little bit of steadiness and ease, maybe. And even that, if that takes a lot of time to find here today, that's okay. We might start to notice how the body physically feels in this moment. Perhaps there's achiness, tiredness, tension. tightness maybe. Or maybe the body feels soft and spacious here today. You might even quietly observe physical sensation moving throughout the body. And perhaps over time, starting to dive just that little bit deeper, looking beyond the physical body and maybe starting to notice just where our emotions are at today. Notice how you feel within the mind. And perhaps it's not just one thing we might be experiencing here. Maybe it's a whole range of different emotions here. And our emotions are always changing. They're in this constant state of flux. We're never one thing for very long. So as you spend these first few moments here, you might literally be able to see your emotions change. Look within, we might notice that we're really feeling a lot here. Maybe we're not entirely sure. What a beautiful thing it is to feel, to experience. So no matter what it is you might be feeling in this moment, just let it be exactly as it is. And perhaps diving that a little bit deeper still, or maybe starting to notice how we feel spiritually today. Notice where your energy is at, and maybe our energy is feeling stagnant today, or maybe our energy is sparkling within, almost like this little firework maybe. So come to notice all of you, all that makes you you in this moment. Physical sensation, our emotions, how we feel energetically maybe. And take the time, as always, to just take it all in. One little bit at a time. Every time we come to our practice and come to these few moments, we start to realize how much there is to still learn about ourselves here. Every time there's this potential to learn something new, maybe. And again, it's okay if we're not entirely sure what that one thing is today. But what matters most is that we are taking the time to listen in and to discover. So let's just take a few more sort of steady breaths here. Continuing to land into the practice, land into your bodies, and now land into the breath. Steady inhales, steady exhales. You might try to lengthen the breath just a little bit here. Taking in a slightly deeper inhale, filling the lungs up a little bit more. Then as we exhale, just letting it go. A few more times. You're welcome to continue those big sighs out through the mouth, but you're also welcome to maybe take a more measured breath in and out through the nose as well here. Let the breath be what you need it to be today. Let the breath bring you that little bit of reassurance, comfort maybe, ease, spaciousness. Whatever it is, invite it. Again, taking one final breath in just as you are. Final breath out. And then to set our intention today, we're going to take a little mudra. We're going to take the lotus mudra. So you're going to gently bring the heels of your hands together, pinky fingers together, thumbs together, but then the rest of your fingertips are going to open out wide. And if you need to peek through the eyelashes a little bit, just to have a little check-in of what their shape might look like, you're more than welcome to. But creating this little lotus flower just in front of your heart space here. Beautiful. And perhaps imagining that lotus flower right in front of you, how it sits softly upon this dark, murky lake, maybe. And the darkness of the lake hides the long roots beneath. And it looks like the lotus flower can simply just float, floating just upon the surface. And continuing to visualize that lotus flower, visualize the colors, perhaps pinks, a little bit of orange, yellows, maybe reds even. Notice the stillness of the lake it sits on. Maybe there's few little ripples here and there. Whilst that lotus flower is free to drift ever so slightly, again, it's still rooted in place, but able to float with those little ripples maybe. And in the center of this lotus flower we've now created, we're going to plant a little seed. And the seed we're going to plant today is our intention for perhaps the end of the year, for our festive season maybe. And your intention can be anything that you'd like, anything you choose today. So maybe our intention is to enjoy spending time with others, or perhaps seeing what we can do to serve those a little less fortunate maybe. How can we share joy to others? And maybe our intention is to also save a little bit of that joy and love for ourselves too. So again, your intention can be anything that feels right for you. Anything that you might be leaning towards, anything you hope for your festive season or for the final month of your year to be. And it doesn't need to be particularly grand. It doesn't need to be this huge, overwhelming thing. It could be really tiny and keep it simple. It's one thing you would like to see. What's one thing you hope for the final month of the year? How would you like to round off this year in particular? And once you've found that intention, whatever it may be, again, planting that little seed in the center of this lotus flower. And maybe you repeat that intention in your mind's eye just for a moment, repeating those words over and over, really affirming it within your mind as best as you can. And then as we plant that seed, we're going to gently let the petals close around that seed, so you can gently bring your fingertips all together now, sealing that seed within. Imagine that seed kind of burrows its way down, finding its way to the nutrient-rich earth soil. And that's intention, that seed is slowly going to root, to germinate, and eventually blossom. So holding that seed just for one more moment here, holding that intention within you. And again, let's take that big drink of breath in. Big breath out. One more. And then on our next breath in, you're more than welcome to maybe softly flutter the eyes open at any point. We're going to slowly send the palms of hands up to the sky. Take your time here, finding that little bit of length, reaching up. And then very gently, we're going to set that seed free. So you're very gently going to open the palms of hands for a moment, take another breath in. And then as we exhale, bring the palms of hands all the way back together. We're going to softly lower them all the way back down through the heart. Beautiful. As they start to lower down, you're going to let the heels of the hands come apart and then gently bring the backs of the hands together, and the backs of the hands are going to float all the way. Beautiful. So it's an inhale to reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms to hands come back together, and then all the way back down. Beautiful. So adding the movement into the breath here. So inhale, backs to hands come together. So palms to hands travel up as the breath travels down into your belly. And then as we exhale, palms to hands travel down as that breath travels back up. Beautiful. Keep it going. Go at your own pace. Don't feel like we all have to move in unison here. Beautiful. It's your practice. Inhale, reach it on. Exhale, palms to hands come together, softly lower it back down. And let's just take this twice more. Inhale, backs the hands together. Take as long as breath as you can here. Exhale, come back down. And then it's just going to be one more full round here. Inhale. And exhale. Really well done. Beautiful. Let's let the palms to hands come to our heart space for a moment. Notice that warmth in your heart, that warm, fuzzy feeling maybe. And again, you can close off the eyes just for a moment. And we're going to take the most conscious deep breath we've ever taken, maybe, or at least today. So again, take that big breath in, big breath out. Really well done, everyone. And then as we inhale, softly float the hands away from the heart space. Let's take another big reach up to the sky. We're going to imagine we're reaching for something really up high here, something on the highest shelf here. So we're going to reach it that little bit higher through one hand. See if you can just about reach it with your fingertips and then change it over. Try it with the other side. Beautiful. Lengthening through the side body, almost like you want to lift your rib cage up and out of your pelvis. And in your own time, just keep changing side to side, just like that. Beautiful. And you can maybe think to yourself what that item might be. Again, for me, it's always food related, but something else. You could be reaching for those Christmas decks. Maybe it's time to pull them down from our attics. Maybe lovely, well done. Or maybe you're reaching for that star on the tree. Lovely. So keep reaching, keep creating that little bit more space in the body. Lovely, well done. And allow your spine to move around a little bit. So there might be a little bit of a sway from side to side as you go. Let's maybe just go twice more side to side. Beautiful. And again, don't forget to really stretch here. One more time, side to side, nearly there. Super. Lovely, final side. Well done. And then again, reaching up with all 10 fingertips, we reach up high to the sky. And then as we exhale, we're going to circle the arms back behind, so squeeze the shoulder blades together slightly as the arms softly circle all the way back and down. And then inhale, sweep them forwards and up. Again, reach them up to the sky. Exhale, squeeze them back and down. Super, let's take this just twice more. Inhale, big circle. Exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale, big circle. Exhale, let it go. Really well done. Let's let the palms, hands come to rest on the thighs for a moment. And again, if you haven't already, maybe start to have that little wriggle forwards, just to again give your spine lots of room to move around here. We're going to come into a little bit of seated cat and cow. So as we inhale, let's start to lift up through the heart space. Let's start to squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift the chin up to the sky, gaze on up. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop the chin towards the chest, maybe creep the fingertips a little bit further forward towards your knees and around through the back here. See if we can separate the shoulder blades a little bit and find that juicy stretch right in the middle. And then as we inhale, we grow tall again. We take the heart space to the sky. Beautiful. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, steadily coming all the way back down. And again, feel free to go at a pace that feels comfortable to you. So using your own breath to take the heart to the sky. You can maybe have a little pause at the top if you wish. And then using your own exhale to then round through the lovely. So you might want to take this super, super slow today and feel like you can really take your time. Imagine you've got all the time in the world. Or if we've got that little bit more energy to give, we might notice that we naturally move through this a little bit more quickly. And that's okay. Again, let yourself drift from one place to the other, letting that beautiful heart of yours shine on up to the sky. Lovely, and finding all this freedom through the spine here. Super. And again, in your own time, let's continue this for one more round. Super well done. And then from here, let's usually inhale, rise up towards to that neutral spine. And as we inhale, let's sweep the arms all the way up again. So again, reaching out through the fingertips, grow tall, tall, tall. Maybe follow your fingertips with your gaze. Then as we exhale, we're going to circle the arms all the way back and down. Fingertips are going to land to the thighs. Take another breath for me. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly creep the fingertips down the length of the legs, coming into this forward fold. Beautiful. It's the first fold of our practice, so you're more than welcome to maybe keep the hands to the knees for now, maybe keep ourselves slightly lifted. Or it might feel comfortable to bring fingertips to the shins. You might even start to reach towards your toes. Maybe seeing if release through the back of the neck. Beautiful. And if the belly feels a little bit too compressed here, you're more than welcome to have that little separation of the knees and allow those lungs to still inflate with that clean, fresh air. Let's see if we can take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Beautiful. And then gently creeping those fingertips back up the legs, slowly stacking up bone by bone. Take your time. Again, you have time here. Head is the final thing to lift. Let's maybe take a little shoulder roll as we come to the top. So then we'll lift the shoulders up to the ears. Softly slide them back and down. Beautiful. And we're just going to let that right arm just hang heavy by your right hand side. And do feel free to give it a little shimmy, a little shake off. Let it get really heavy. Beautiful. And then from here, you're going to rotate your right palm out to the side. And we're going to start to really stretch it away from your body. So reaching beyond your hemisphere here. So again, take it up, reach up high. Beautiful. Reach up as high as you can. And then maybe taking that little lean over to the left. Really well done. And as always, you can keep your left hand to the thigh, or maybe that left hand takes hold of the seat of the chair, just to give the body a little bit more support as you lean over to that left hand side. Let's see if we can drop this left shoulder down and away from the left ear. Maybe you might even let the head hang heavy to that left hand side. Beautiful. And again, taking a big breath in. And a big breath out. Super. As we inhale, we're going to softly rise all the way back up. And you're just going to let that right arm steadily drift all the way back down by your right hand side. Well done. And let that right arm again be heavy. Maybe it feels a little bit longer than it did before. And then changing over, you can bring that right hand back down to your thigh, left arm now. So again, shake off that left arm. Let it be heavy. Shake off through the fingertips. Beautiful. And again, from here, rotate that left palm out to the side. Inhale as you stretch it away. And again, we're going to reach it up, take it to the sky, lengthen through the side body. And there's that little lean to the right. Really well done. Beautiful. And again, maybe right hand to right thigh, or maybe right hand taking hold of the seat of the chair. Give the body that little bit more support here. Well done. Maybe let the head hang heavy to that right hand side as well. Here. Roll that left shoulder back. Super. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then as we inhale again, we're going to softly rise all the way back up. And that left arm again just softly drifts all the way back down by your left hand side. And again, maybe that left arm feels a little bit longer. Maybe we feel a little bit more balanced, or maybe we've got one arm longer than the other. Okay. And then from here, again, we're going to take both arms all the way up to the sky. A big moment to grow tall. Again, maybe you look on up here. Exhale, circle the arms all the way back down. Lovely. Fingertips to the top of your thighs. Take another breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to create the fingertips down the length of the legs. And slowly come back into that fold. Really well done. And as we come here for the second time, maybe there's a little difference here and there. Maybe we feel like we can fold just a little bit more. Or it might feel exactly the same. And again, you're welcome to have that little separation of the knees. Let the belly rest in between the thighs, maybe. Heaviness through the head in. Let's go for one more inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful. As we inhale, let's gently create the fingertips back up the length of the legs. Slowly stacking up bone by bone. And again, as we rise up here, head is the final thing to lift. Maybe again, we take that nice big shoulder up. Super well done. Okay, this time let's take a little twist. You're going to bring your left hand across towards your right knee. Your right hand might just start to sweep to the back of the room. So you might just reach it straight back behind you. But of course, you're more than welcome to bring this right hand to the back of the chair to kind of anchor into the twist a little bit. So again, maybe hand to the back of the chair. See if you can maybe drop that right elbow down, rolling that right shoulder back. If you prefer to stretch your right arm back behind you, really send energy out through the fingers. And again, roll that right shoulder back as best as you can. Beautiful. So it's your choice wherever you'd like to be. Lovely. Again, our spine is lifted away from the back of the chair, so the spine has room to twist. Maybe you're looking out to the right hand side, or maybe you have a little look back behind you. Super. And it's just going to be one more big breath in. One more big breath out. As we breathe in, let's gently unravel. So you're going to come all the way back to face ahead. We're going to change it over to your right fingertips. Now come across to the left knee. And again, you might just sweep that left arm to reach back behind you. And again, reaching energy out through the fingertips to drop that left shoulder down and away. Or you might prefer to bring that left hand to the back of the chair, anchor into that twist. And again, think about finding length for the spine as you spiral around here. So sit bones rooting down, crown of the head growing tall. again, let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Lovely stuff. As we inhale, let's again gently unravel, come all the way back to face ahead. Okay. And then again from here, inhale, big sweep the arms up to the sky. Growing tall. So every time you rise up here, imagine you can reach up that little bit higher. Super. Exhale, arms come all the way down. Lovely. Fingertips to the top of your thighs. Take another breath. Exhale, creep the fingertips down the length of the legs. And again, we slowly dive it into that fold. Really well done. Again, hang out heavy for a moment. This is our third time in this fold now, so maybe we start to feel like we can really let go into the fold, really start to soften here as best as we can. Okay, one more big breath in, one more big breath out. And let's inhale to again gently creep the fingertips back up the length of the legs, slowly stacking up bone, bone, bone. And again, the head rises and we take a shoulder roll. Super. As you start to squeeze those shoulders back and down, so again, squeeze the shoulder blades back behind you. And we're going to take our little Titanic stretch. So you're more than welcome to maybe take the hands to the back of the chair and maybe start to lengthen the arms, see if we can drive the heart forwards and up to the sky. If taking hold of the back of the chair just doesn't feel nice for you today, again, you're more than welcome to take hands to the lower spine and think about squeezing the elbows together. Beautiful. So again, we really lift up through the heart space, maybe lift the chin slightly away from the chest so we start to expose through the front of the throat as well here. And again, it's going to be a big breath in, big breath out. Lovely stuff. Let's gently release the hands from back behind you and the chin can just come back parallel to the ground. Really well done. Okay. Let's let the upper body have a little rest for a moment, taking it into the legs slightly. So from here, we're just going to lift one leg. So maybe it's the right leg first of all. And we're just going to send that right leg to the air. It doesn't have to be super, super high. We're just going to roll those toes around and around. So starting to draw that nice big circle with your toes and spreading the toes as best as you can as you go. Well done. Now there's always a few little clicks and cracks as we go. So if that happens, it's all good. As long as nothing's painful there. Okay. Let's again take another big breath in. And then as we exhale, let's change the direction, go around and around the other way. Of course, one direction might feel a little bit more kinky than the other. Let's just see how it goes. Beautiful. That leg might get a little bit tired as well. And let's see if we can really minimize the movement through the leg, but really isolate the movement into the ankle as best as you can. Lovely. One more breath in. One more breath out. Super gently going to bend back into that right knee. You can pop that right foot back down to the block. Let's take it onto the left side. So again, left foot rises and send those toes round and round. Beautiful. Well done. I had a few clicks and cracks there. Well done. Mine do it too. Okay, let's take another big breath in. And again, as we exhale, let's change the direction, go round and round the other way. Keep spreading those toes super wide, so really engaging through the entirety of the foot here. Well done. Okay, one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Lovely, gently bending back into that left knee and that left foot can once again come down. Beautiful. Let's take it into the hip a little bit. So maybe taking hold of that right knee, guiding it in towards the belly. You can keep hold of the back of the thigh, or you might be able to take hold of the shin, your choice. Squish it into the belly as much as you like and just have that little bit of a sway from side to side. So again, finding that little bit of movement within the hip flexor. Lovely. See if we can welcome back that little bit of fluidity into that hip space. Beautiful as best as we can. Let's stay sitting up nice and tall. Big breath. Take an exhale. And then finding that circular motion with this knee here. So you're going to take the knee out to the side, drop it down to the earth, maybe sweep the floor with your foot, and then take it back up to the sky. Beautiful. And just keep that going again at your own pace here. So you're welcome to slow it down a little bit. You're welcome to minimize the movement. So you might start to have a smaller circle, especially if the hips are really feeling this movement today. Or if the hips are feeling okay, again, you might start to really find that big circle. Again, tailor it to how you feel in this moment. Beautiful. And maybe we go one more time in this direction. Lovely stuff. And as it comes back to the center, let's again change the direction, go the other way. So you're going to send it down, out, up and in. Beautiful. And again, if that movement is a little bit smaller today, totally cool. Every day is different. Well done. Nearly there. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to go for one more big breath in. Big breath out. Super. That knee is going to come back in towards the belly. Let's see if we can just have one final big squeeze. Again, squish the belly to the thigh, shoulders down and away from the ears. Lift up through the heart space. Big breath in. Exhale. Send it down. Really well done. Beautiful. You can let that right leg relax and feel free to shake off the thigh a little bit. Maybe use thumbs into that hip flexor a little bit, or those hip flexors a little bit. Okay. Let's come on to the left hand side. So when you're ready, hands to the left knee. Let's guide it into the belly. Beautiful. So again, wherever feels more comfortable for you to hold on to, whatever works best. And again, squish the belly into the thigh or thigh into the belly and rise up tall here. Little shift away from side to side. And this movement doesn't need to be kind of too abrupt. We don't really have to kind of swing the leg too vigorously here. It's just a little sway, just so you can start to massage out through that hip joint a little bit here. Beautiful. Let's again take a big breath in. Big breath out. And then here we go. Let's start to send that left leg round and round, left knee round and round. So it goes out, down, in, and out. Beautiful. And again, make the movement what feels best for you today. Make it a little bit smaller, maybe make it a little bit bigger. Beautiful. Maybe take your time, or you might see if you can move through this quite fluidly as you go. Well done. And you can keep the hands to the knees. So you can use, my watch is just speaking to me. You can keep the hands to the knees. You can use the hands to help the knee move round and round. I always forget that's the thing. Okay, well done. Let's take a big breath in. We've got a lot of time in this direction. Exhale. Change the direction. Go round and round the other way. Super well done. Okay. Lovely stuff. Let's go for one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Well done. And then that left thigh comes back in towards the belly again. Give it one more big old squeeze. Lovely. Sit up as tall as we can. Take a breath. And then as we exhale, let's let that left foot come all the way back down to the ground. Really well done. And again, feel free to shake off the thigh a little bit. Take the thumbs into the hip flexors a little bit. Really well done. Okay, from here, a little bit of coordination coming at you. So we're going to think about opposite arm to opposite leg. So all you're going to do is you're going to send your left arm to the sky, right foot out in front. Okay, nice and easy. So really lengthening that right leg as best as you can, kicking the heel away. Left arm is reaching up to the sky. We gently drop it down and we're going to change it over. So right arm up, left leg forwards. Well done. And just keep going just like that. So once you've got the pattern, send it on up, bring it back down. Beautiful. Send it on up, bring it back down, and try as best you can to move the arm and the leg at the same time. And it's literally the same as walking. Yeah, just feels a little bit different because we're sat down. Lovely, well done. Left arm up, right leg forward. Beautiful. If we lose it, we can start again. So again, left arm up, right arm forwards, right leg forwards. Drop it down, up, right arm up, left leg forwards. There we go. This is where I'm going to get my arms and legs confused. Now, once we get a little bit more comfortable with this pattern, we're going to add something in. So let's just finish the side. Beautiful. So as you send your left arm up, right leg forwards, you're then going to think about elbow to knee and see if we can maybe bring them as close together as we can. So you can bend that knee as it comes in. You're going to stretch it away and again, drop it down. We change over. So right arm up, left leg forwards, elbow to knee, bring it in, stretch it back up. Well done, you've got it. Bring it back down and just keep alternating sides. So up, in, up, down. Well done. Change sides. Up, in, up, down. Slow it down if that feels better for you, or maybe speeding it up just a tad. Well done. So you might go up, in, up, down, up, in, up, down, up, in, up, down. You've got it. Up, in, up, down. Keep it going. Up, in, up, down, up, in, up, down. Keep it going. Nearly there. In, up, down. One more time, side to side. Up, in, up, down. Final side. Up, in, up, and well done. Now, if that just felt really confusing and we're like, hang on, what is it? It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Well done. So that's just to build up a little bit of strength through those hip flexors and a little bit of cross body strength as well. We okay. Well done. Well done. Okay. From here, let's just shuffle the block a little bit further forwards. And then you're going to bring your right heel down to the block. Okay. We're going to bring our right fingertips to the top of that right thigh, taking a big breath in. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly creep those right fingertips down the length of that right leg. Maybe gradually creeping closer and closer towards the toes. Beautiful. And as always, you can rest your left left forearm on the left thigh. That's right then. Okay. Lovely. Well done. Let's really see about lifting those right toes up to the sky. And if you can comfortably take hold of the toes, you might think about peeling them back towards you a little bit more. Beautiful. Well done. Let's take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. We're gently going to creep the fingertips back up the length of that right leg, slow, steady as you go. And then kind of as we come to the knee, we're going to help that right knee to bend and we're going to simply change it over. So right foot in, left heel to the block here. And then from here, left fingertips to the top of that left thigh. We take a big breath in. So again, find as much length with the spine as we can. Exhale, start to creep it down the left leg, right forearm to the right thigh again here. Well done. And again, maybe coming closer and closer to those toes. Beautiful. Remember to lengthen that left leg just as much as you can here. So if there's a little bend through the knee still, totally cool. But again, see if we can maybe lengthen the leg a little bit more. And that might mean we need to shimmy a little bit further forward to the edge of our seat as well here. Well done. Let's again take another big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. We're going to gently creep the fingertips back up the length of that left leg, slow, steady as we go. Left hand to that left knee. And again, we're going to fold it back in, step it down. Let's come back to that other side. So we're going to right heel to that block. Now this time you're going to bring your left fingertips to the right thigh. Your right hand kind of to your right hip. It might also kind of creep to the lower spine a little bit. Okay. So we're going to start to find a twist. So you're going to think about rolling your right shoulder back and looking to the right-hand side of the room. Beautiful. So again, the more lifted we are away from the back of the chair, the more room you're going to have to twist it. So looking to the right. Now, maybe, just maybe, we take a big breath in. As we exhale, can we creep our left fingertips down the length of that right leg? So maybe left hand creeps a little bit closer to the right toes. Now, we might not get there. Yes, we want to really maintain the twist here. That might mean we need to be lifted a little bit higher. So if you start to really reach towards the toes and you start to lose the twist, bring yourself back up a little bit. So again, you can roll that right shoulder back and maintain that twist to the spine. Beautiful. So I'm not really expecting us to reach the toes out, rather us focus on the twist a little bit. Well done. Let's just take a big breath in, big breath out. Super well done. And then we're gently going to rise all the way up. So again, creep those fingertips back. Yeah. And then maybe we take the right hand, so releasing that right hand from the back behind you, take it to the knee and encourage it to again bend. Beautiful. Left heel to that block. Same again on the other side. So you bring your right fingertips to the top of that left thigh. Left hand might start towards the left hip, or again, you might bring it to your lower spine a little bit more. Okay, so we start to find the twist. So you're going to look around to the left-hand side. And as we look around again, we're thinking about growing taller. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, doing our best to maintain that twist to the left-hand side as you start to creep your right fingertips down the length of that right leg. And again, we might just go just past the knee here, halfway down the shin, maybe a little bit further. Well done. Again, can we really roll that left shoulder back? That in that half space, face towards the left side of the room here. Well done. Big belly breath in. Big breath out. One more time. Super. Let's gently creep the right fingertips back up the length of the left leg, slowly rising back up. And then let the body unravel. So we're going to bring that left hand to the back of the left knee. And again, gently bring it in. Beautiful. Well done. And then from here, we're going to bring both heels to the block. Okay, and we want to keep a little bend through the knees. So if you feel like you can, if it feels like you can lock out to the knees here, let's try to avoid this as best as we can. So let's keep a little bend, yeah, a little micro bend. Okay, From here, fingertips to the top of both thighs. And again, we're going to grow tall. And it might feel that little bit nicer to be right on the edge of your seat here. Take a breath. As we exhale, we're going to slowly creep down the length of both legs. Keep that little micro bend and just see how far the body wants to go. Beautiful, well done. Lovely stuff. So stretching out through those hamstrings. Lovely. Maybe seeing if we can keep a lengthy spine as well here. So keep that heart space shining forwards as best as you can. Well done. And we're going to take a big belly breath in. Big belly breath out. One more. Super. From here, let's again gently creep the fingertips back up the length of both legs. Slow step. Really well done. Coming all the way back up to the top. And let's keep the left heel where it is. You can see you can bring your right heel on top of those left toes. It's a bit of a weird one, this one. Let's see how it goes. Okay. As best we can, finding right heel on top of those left toes. Same again. And again, we might not go as far here. Take a big breath in. Exhale again. We're going to slowly start to fold. Beautiful. So maybe fingertips reaching towards those right toes here. Lovely. Well done. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. One more. Super. And then we're going to gently creep the fingertips back up the length of the legs. Slowly stacking up bone by bone. And then from here, right heel down, left heel on top of those right toes. And you're going to notice as that heel lands, it kind of pulls those toes just a little bit back towards you. Okay, so really flexing through the ankle. Okay. And again, see how it goes on this side. There might be a little bit of a difference one side compared to the other. That's okay. We take a big breath in. And then as we exhale, slowly diving forwards and doing our best to hinge at the hips. Beautiful. So rather than kind of really rounding through the back, hinging at the hips. So the spine stays relatively tall here as we go. Lovely, well done. Heart space reaching forwards. Super. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to go for one more. Big breath out. Really well done. Let's again gently creep those fingertips back towards us. Slow, steady as you go. Well done. And then from here, that left heel can come flat down to the ground. And then from here, feel free to maybe bring both hands to the knees, but one at a time, one foot in, followed by the other. You can shuffle the block back in, but that might actually be quite nice to maybe have a little separation of the feet for a moment. And then maybe taking hold of the back of the chair and just going to let the knees have a little sway from side to side. Beautiful, well done. So one way, then the other. Also, we're doing the twist. Well done. Okay. Let's take another big breath in. And a big breath out. Super. From here, let's heel toe the feet just that little bit closer together. We spent a lot of time seated. So let's bring ourselves up to standing. So making sure that block is out of the way here. And we're just going to have the feet directly underneath the knees here. Hands down towards the thighs. Take a big breath in for me. Exhale, start to shift the weight forward. And we're going to slowly push down to the feet and rise all the way up. Beautiful. And enjoy that moment to stretch again. There might be a few clicks or cracks here. So feel free to, as you come to standing, maybe shake off the shoulders a little bit. Maybe there's a little wriggle through the hips. You might take it through a circular motion. Have a big old boogie. Well done. It's me just having a little dance there. Well done. Let's take one more breath in with whatever movement you've chosen. Exhale. Really well done. Okay. Now that we've found our feet, let's come to stand back behind our chair. So you're more than welcome to shuffle the chair a little bit further forwards. Well done. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're going to do something very similar to what we did towards the beginning. We're just doing it in standing. And maybe by doing it standing, gives us more space. We might be able to find a slightly deeper stretch. Maybe. Okay. So we're going to start standing nice and tall. Both feet firmly planted underneath the hips. And then from here, we're going to take that big reach up to the sky. So sweeping the arms all the way up here. And again, maybe we look on that. And then as we exhale, we have that big swan dive all the way down. So hinging at the hips. Now, as always, we have that option to fold towards the chair. Or you might take that little step back and fold towards the ground. Well done. Super. So again, having that little fold here. Keep that little bit of softness through the knees again here. And just let the arms hang heavy, the head hang heavy. Lovely. It's going to be one more big breath in. One more big breath out. And then we're going to bend through the knees. Let's slowly roll all the way up through the spine. So push the feet into the earth, stacking up bone by bone. Head is the final thing to lift. And again, we're going to take this nice big shoulder roll. Beautiful. Squeeze them back and down. Super. From here, we're all going to have a little turn to the left. So our right hand is to the back of the chair. So turning to the left. Well done. Okay. And take the feet round with you as you go. So the toes are now pointing in the same direction you are facing. Okay. Left arm is just going to hang heavy by your left hand side. And again, very similar to what we did towards the beginning. You're going to flip that left palm out to the side. Start to stretch it away from your body. Beautiful. Reach up, up, up. Lengthen through the body. Well done. And then we take this little lean to the right. So like you're leaning towards the chair. And you might now start to push your hips to the back of the room. So sending the hips to the left. Well done. Doing our best to keep that left shoulder rolled back. So if you notice your left arm start to creep down in front of the face, see if you can roll the shoulder back and keep the arm almost just above the ear. Really well done. So again, it's another nice big side body stretch. It's just going to be one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Super. As we inhale, we're going to steadily rise all the way back up. And we're going to let that left arm just drift down the left-hand side. Well done. From here, a little swivel around. So you're now going to turn all the way to the right. So your left hand is to the back of the chair and we're facing the other way. Okay. Right arm just hangs heavy by your right hand side. And same again, let's flip that right palm out to the side. Stretch it away from your body. So again, like you can reach beyond that kinesis. Send it up to the sky. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. And then we take that little lean to the left. Beautiful. And then it's up to you. You might start to push the hips over to the right-hand side a little bit. So again, send them to the back of the room. Left hand is planted to the back of the chair. Well done. Okay, big belly breath in. Big breath out. Super. As we inhale, let's softly rise all the way back up. And again, you're just going to let that right arm steadily drift all the way back down by your right hand side. Super. From here, a little swivel around just to come back to face your chair. So both hands come to the back of the chair now. And then we come into our second round. So we take a big breath in. So both arms all the way up. Again, taking up space. And then as we exhale, starting to dive it down, hinging at the hips. And again, you can fold towards the chair. Or take that little step back and fold towards the ground. Well done. Okay. Beautiful. Let's just take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Bending to the knees, rolling on up through the spine, slow, steady as we go. Really well done. The head is the final thing to lift. And we can take that big shoulder right as we get to the top. Okay. Super. From here, still facing towards the chair, and the aim is to kind of keep our hips square to the front. So it might be really tempting as we come into this to kind of twist through the hips a little bit. We want to keep the hips neutral as best as we can. So we're just going to bring our right hand across to our left shoulder. As that right hand comes to that left shoulder, let's think about rolling the left shoulder back. And then you're reaching that left arm back behind you. Now notice that your left hip probably wants to spiral back. Can we keep this left hip facing towards the chair? Beautiful. And that might mean we scale out of the twist slightly. That's okay. So your left arm doesn't need to be reaching straight to the back of the room. Maybe it's on a slight diagonal. That's okay. So hips are square to the chair. And that's a little line. And then from here, left arm reaching to the back. And you might be able to take your gaze around with you. You might look towards your left thumb. Really well done. So you've got that big twist through the spine. Super. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Really well done. Let's just gently drop that left arm all the way down. Feel free to maybe have a little shake through the shoulder. You can release that right hand as well here. And then change it over. Left hand to the right shoulder. We think about rolling that right shoulder back. And then really start to reach your right arm to the back of the room. And again, it might be on a slight diagonal here. That's okay. You might be able to reach it straight back behind you. But again, let's think about these hips. Notice whether that right hip is rolled back slightly. Can we keep that right hip facing towards the chair. You're going to notice your glutes engage a little bit here, those muscles in your bum, so keep the hips square a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Super well done. And then we gently let that right hand go all the way down again. Really well done. Release that left hand and feel free to again just have a little wriggle through the shoulders. Super. Okay. Coming into our third round. Big breath in. Sweep the arms to the sky. Grow tall. Exhale. Start to dive all the way down. And again, those options still apply. Hands to the chair or reaching down to the ground. And enjoy this juicy stretch for the back of the legs here. Well done. Take another breath in. And a breath out. Lovely, bending through the knees. Let's take a slow, steady roll on up through the spine. Beautiful, head rises. Let's again take a nice big shoulder roll. Beautiful, and this time, again, as those shoulders start to squeeze back behind you, where you might bring the hands to the lower spine and start to squeeze the elbows together. If it feels comfortable to do so, and please only take this option if it does feel comfortable, you might interlace the fingertips here, and then you might press the knuckles back behind you, lengthening through the arms. That's quite a lot for the shoulders, and it's quite a lot for the elbows as well. So if it doesn't feel great, don't feel as though you have to take that option. So it's either hands interlace, and again, you're going to drive the hips forward and take the heart space up to the sky, or maybe hands to the lower spine and squeeze the elbows together, and still it's that same lift up through the heart space up to the sky here. Really well done. Okay, you might even shift the weight towards your big toes just a little bit here. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Super. From here, gently release the hands from wherever they are back behind you. Hands are going to find the back of the chair. You're welcome to have that little shuffle forwards if needs be. So again, walk the feet to the back underneath you. And then from here, let's shift the weight towards those big toes. We're going to have a little rise. So rising all the way up onto the balls of the feet. And the chair is there as that little bit of a support. Really well done. Rising up as high as feels comfortable and making sure you can feel your big toes still pressing down towards the mat here. Oh, really well done. If it feels okay, you're more than welcome to play and take one hand off. See if you can find the balance. Beautiful. Maybe change it over. You're welcome to take the other hand off. You might just see how light the fingertips can be to the back of the chair. You might even see for a moment, can we take both hands off? And it doesn't have to be super long. Really well done. Super. Ooh, where am I going? Let's take one more breath wherever you are. One more exhale. Super. Hands to the back of the chair. Really steadily control the heels to feet all the way back down. Lovely. See how softly they can land. And then as the heels to feet land, feel free to have a little bend through the knees and maybe then shake off the legs. So you can ground down through one foot, shake off the leg, and then change it over and shake off the other. Really well done. Okay. Beautiful. We're just going to move through a little mini sequence and then we're going to come all the way back down to our seats. Okay. So taking that big breath in, sweep the arms up to the sky, grow small. As we exhale again, it's that swan dive. Take that variation of forward fold that's going to serve you most. So whether it's hands to the chair or fingertips creeping towards the earth, your choice. One big breath in here. One big breath out. Super. We're going to bend through the knees and have that steady roll on up through the spine. Lovely. Let's bring the hands back to the back of the chair. Little step forwards with the right, and it's going to be a big step back with the left. Beautiful. So launching that left foot to the back. See if we can be high on the ball of that back foot as best as we can. Dropping into that right knee. And you're more than welcome to work one arm at a time. So we're going to think about circling the arms back and down. So you might just do one arm, then the other. And I'm just doing this to demonstrate first of all. Or you might have a little go at both arms. You're going to really think about stretching the arms away from you, squeezing the shoulder blades together back behind you. Lovely, well done. So again, if that feels a little bit wobbly, stick to one arm. And as you send that one arm again, reach up high. Circle the shoulder back. Well done. We're going to take that a couple more times. Big breath in, big breath out. One more time, big breath in, and a big breath out. Super. Both hands to the back of the chair. Let's pop that left foot in slightly so that left heel just comes flat down to the earth. We're going to think about pressing our hips to the back of the room, so starting to lengthen that right leg a little bit. And then thinking about lengthening through the spine. You're going to start to soften through the elbows and let the heart space slowly dive forwards towards the chair. You're more than welcome to kind of rest the forearms into the chair, or maybe bring the forehead down to the back of the hands a little bit. Beautiful. So again, finding that length through the hamstrings here, lengthening the back of that right leg. You might also feel a little stretch through the left calf, maybe. Lovely stuff. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Let's slowly sink into that right knee for a moment, rise back up so the arms fully extend. And then we're simply going to slide that right foot all the way back. Next left, take a little downward facing dog here. Well done. Okay. Beautiful. So keep the hands to the back of the chair. Maybe let the heart space sink down to the mat slightly. One more breath in. One more breath out. As we inhale, we have a little rise. So lifting the gaze to look back towards the chair. And you're going to step your left foot forwards. Beautiful. So left foot steps towards the chair. Maybe wriggle that right foot back slightly. So again, you can lift that right heel. So we're in that high lunge on the other side. Dropping into that left heel. And again, take your time. Maybe you just go one arm at a time. Maintaining that balance. And again, the hips are square to the chair here. Square to the top of the mat. Or see if it feels comfortable to circle both arms. Beautiful. Well done. Lovely. Take your time. Exhale. And again, it's just one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Super well done, everyone. Hands to the back of the chair. Let's again shuffle that right foot in so the right heel is flat down to the earth. And then lengthening that left leg so you're thinking about hips to the back of the room. Take a breath. And again, as we exhale, soften through the elbows, dive the heart space down. Feel free to bring forearms to the back of the chair and maybe forehead to the back of the hands. Really well done. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Super sinking back into that left knee, rising back up. So again, arms start to lengthen here, hands to the back of the chair. And then a little shuffle back of that left foot. So final downward facing dog, hips to the back of the room. Heart sinking down towards the mat. Let's again enjoy this juicy stretch for the heart space. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Lovely stuff. Little bend through the knees. Let's lift the gaze, look towards the chair. And you're just going to slowly walk the feet towards the chair and roll up through the spine as you go. So you come all the way back up to it. And again, let's let the head be the final thing. Let's take a nice big shoulder roll. And an exhale. Really well done, everyone. From here, let's come all the way back into our seat, shall we? So take your time, not a race together. Coming all the way back into your cozy seat. Just a little bit of standing there. Feel free to shuffle that block just a little bit closer towards you so it can come back underneath the feet here. Really well done. Okay, we've done a lot in our practice today. So as you come back to your seats again, feel free to really nestle the sit bones in. And we're just going to finish off with a little movement for the shoulders. So as we inhale, let's lift the shoulders forwards and up to the ears. Exhale, squeeze them back and down. So again, let this heart space open up here. A couple more. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. From here, just inhale, lift the shoulders straight on up to the ears as high as they can go. As you exhale, you're going to let them drop down and away. Lovely. Well done. Couple more times. Big breath in. Exhale, drop. Super. One more. And drop. Really well done. From here, really feel as though you can completely nestle back into your chairs now. Let the spine once again be supported by your chair. I forgot what this was then. And then feel free to, so I'm just reaching for my jump. So feel free to have any of those last little bits of movement here. And maybe palms to hands come down to the thighs. That doesn't work. I'm just going to do that. I don't know what's happened here. I'm just going to go with it. We're going to have palms to hands down to the thighs. Feel free to gently close off the eyes, close off the outside world here. And take a few moments just to find that little bit of calm and quiet. Oh, yeah. As we close off the eyes and sink through these few moments after our practice. Maybe again, we come back to that little intention we set right at the beginning. Remind ourselves of what that intention was. And as you say those words to yourself, how strong do those words feel within? Seeing if we can keep this intention close to us as we move throughout the next few weeks, creeping closer and closer to the end of the year. Again, just let yourselves rest in. Let yourselves breathe and be. Take a slow, steady drink of breath in through the nose. Slow, steady breath out through the nose. Out one more time. Breathe in. Final big breath in. Final big breath out. And then, as we always do, let's gently bring the palms of the hands together in front of the heart space and seal the practice with the final blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. May the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. And may you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. And with that, we take that gentle bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry I won't be here next week, but hopefully see you on the 13th. Yeah?
Thank
All right.
you.
If anyone's got any questions for me, I'm still here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you. Sorry. Well, I do have a huge.
Bye bye from Tom.
Cheers, Tom.
Bye bye.
Cheers. See you next week.
No.
Oh, no, sorry, 2 weeks. Yeah. Cheers.